Hi everybody, welcome to this week in LAC 480, your senior research class. This week we're going to be discussing and working on creating a hypothesis. You're also going to be beginning to work on finding your sources. So first we'll go to Blackboard, and discussion 4 begins with talking about Maureen. Maureen is the reference librarian. She has introduced herself on Blackboard and to some of you on the discussion post as well. So for this week, and it's something that you should look at for the beginning of the week and not wait till the end, you're going to be reading Easy Rider pages 72 and 78 again. But now we're going to be working specifically on these pages. You're going to be going to page 73 of the text, and you're going to fill out the formulating and a research question and hypothesis outline. So it looks like this. This is a past edition of the book, so that's why the page number is not the same. But if you look, it's the same as what you'll be looking at. It's chapter 13 in your book. In your edition, it's 37 in the previous one. But the point is, this is what you're going to be working on right here. Okay? So it's going to be formulating a research question and hypothesis. You're going to analyze your project's context. Work from a general topic to a research question and hypothesis. So what's the topic? And then you're going to narrow the topic. You're going to make an issue of it. Right? Then the research question. Think big. And then the hypothesis. And look at this way the hypothesis is worded. For instance, some small farmers can succeed by growing specialty products that consumers want, and by participating in farmers markets and community-supported agriculture programs that forge relationships with customers. Notice the tone of this. It's very active voice, and you're making a declaration. Okay, your hypothesis should be very similar. This is something you can work on for many weeks. So this is just a way to begin the process here. You have to make sure that it is going to be something that can be researched. That's an essential part of this, because if you come up with something that doesn't have any research, you're going to be working very hard and you'll be frustrated and you'll hate me even more than you probably do now. So make sure your hypothesis is well worded. Again, you can pass it in. That's what we do, is review it. It'll be reviewed by your peers. After you have explored sources to test your hypothesis and sharpened it by reading, writing, and talking with others, that you can refine it into a working thesis, and now it becomes a working thesis. Okay? And notice the difference. Although recent data show that small family farms are more endangered than ever, so we've got data supporting this. Some is a key word there, enterprising farmers have reversed the trend by growing specialized products and connecting with consumers through farmers markets, community-supported agriculture programs. Alright, so this is going to be what you're going to be working on. Again, come up with a topic, narrow the topic, make an issue of that topic, or find an issue with that topic, and then how can small family farms succeed with big agriculture? And then you come up with this hypothesis. Then you start exploring what's out there, okay? And you come up with a working thesis. This is all something that you should be working on, and that's what this is all about in the discussion board question here. So again, that's number 2. Go to page 73 of the text. Find 5 books, articles, scholarly resources relevant to your research question. List them in APA format. And if you're not sure what we mean by APA format, you should. There is a section in your book, in the textbook, but you can also go to Purdue OWL. If I don't put pudding, I can spell it. There we go. Okay, so Purdue OWL, APA style, and you'll get this. This is something you should have in your bookmarks and in your favorites, or whatever you want to call it. And this is something that you'll be looking at. So this will tell you how to format your research, how to format your papers, and you can find out how to reference and how to write it. If you notice that for books, this is the format here: author, title of work. Notice it's in italics, location, publisher, and if you have other print sources, then it will tell you from an encyclopedia. You can look up Google and find out what an encyclopedia is, by the way, for your younger folks. So there's also electronic sources if you're going from an online periodical. So look at how it's formatted here. That's going to be important because that's usually a problem with many people, is that the APA format doesn't come to fruition until the very end. So make sure that is a habit that you can get into. Now, you're going to have these 5 books. Describe each source not in terms of its content, bearing on justice, but in terms of what type of source it is and what you see, as giving it credibility for your research paper. Okay, you can see some of the questions there. All right, so then you go back to page 73 and work on your working right here. So you write this out, and then you go and do some research, and then you come up with your working thesis. Isn't that amazing? I thought so too. So that's what you're going to be doing for this particular week. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.